Hello, these are the instructions for the Renaissance project number 3, the last of our project assignments for this unit on the Renaissance and Reformation. And then we'll be getting ready to take the test on this unit here coming up. So for this project, you'll go to classwork, you'll scroll down, this will be orange for you, and you'll click on Renaissance project number 3. You'll see here I've listed the instructions, so hopefully you're doing this first, which is watching the video. And then there are two things that are linked here. One is a document. This is the document that you will be completing and submitting on Google Classroom. And the second one is a Prezi that will provide the resources for you to complete the assignment. So the first thing you should click on is the Global Development Tour. This will make a copy for you, so your name will come up here into the title, but you'll read through the big idea, and basically Renaissance Project number 3 is the idea that while we call it the Renaissance because that's what happened in Europe, we should not ignore the fact that the rest of the world was also seeing a great time of development. And so for this task, you are going to find support for a thesis statement, which is a skill that we use quite a bit in a lot of your different classes. So I am giving you the thesis statement and I am giving you the resources. Your job will be to go through the resources and then gather from those resources any and all evidence that you can find to support the thesis statement. Make sure you use all of the resources that are provided in the Prezi. Make sure you use what you can find from maps, pictures, text, as well as all of the videos that I have embedded inside of the Prezi. So that's your task. So down here's a little explanation of what a thesis statement is in case you need a review of that. You will click on this link that will send you to Prezi. I also have that linked on Google Classroom in case you need it there. And I'm going to show you how to advance through that here in a minute. Then what you should do is keep this tab open while you have your Prezi open so that you can go back and forth between the two. So here's the thesis statement. Throughout the 15th and 16th centuries, many large and powerful empires developed in Asia and Africa. It was not just the Europeans who were having a rebirth. Many places around the world were also experiencing political, economic, and cultural achievements. So your job will be to look at these 4 examples that I have: the Ottoman Empire, the Swahili city-states, the Mughal Empire, and the Ming Dynasty. And then for each of those, you will gather evidence from the Prezi, and you will list that here. And make sure you have details. You can't just put cultural achievements. You need to explain to me what you found in the Prezi that would be an example of political, economic, and cultural achievements that support this thesis statement. Think like if you were writing an essay, which we're not doing, but if you were, you would need to gather your evidence, and then you would make this whole section a paragraph that would be evidence to support this thesis statement. That's what you're going to be putting in here. So you will complete this table, and as you type, these boxes will get bigger. And when you're finished with all 4 of these, and you've been through all of the sources on the Prezi, then you will turn this document in. It's the only thing you need to turn in on Google Classroom for this assignment. So that's this part of it. What you will use for this is this Prezi. So you will either click on this link, or you can click on the link on Google Classroom, and it will redirect you to this Prezi. And then you will click here on Present. And what you should use is, as the Prezi advances, you'll see down here at the bottom, there are arrows. You can click on here, but I would not suggest it because it gets all kind of very confusing. So it's easier if you just use the little arrow down here, and when you click on the arrow, it's going to take you to the first part of your table. So now you will read about the Ottoman Empire, and you will hit the little arrow, and it's going to take you to each of these. You'll go back and forth between this tab and your table where you will type in the information about the Ottoman Empire, and you just continue, and it's going to give you, just use the little arrow, and it's going to go through all of the parts to the Ottoman Empire like this. And the last one will be this, and you will click. I'm not going to do it because it'll run on my video at the same time, but when you click this, it's going to automatically go to the video and play the video. When the video is over, hit the little arrow and it'll take you back to pictures, etc. All right, so that's how you use the Prezi. You can hit the back arrow if you need to hit the back arrow at any time. You can also hit this little home button right here, and it'll take you all the way to the very start. So that's how you use this Prezi in order to complete this table. Make sure you go to all of the sources. All right, so make sure you watch the videos and you provide examples from the videos in here, as well as the pictures and the text and the maps. So those are the instructions for this project. When you're finished, please make sure you turn in on Odysseyware. Make sure you just turn it in. It'll be blank, but turn it in Renaissance Project number 3 assignment so that I know you're done. That way I will go in, I will grade your Google Doc on Google Classroom, and then that way you can advance to the next thing on Odysseyware. Please let me know if you guys have any questions or problems. I'd be happy to help you, but hopefully this will help. See ya.